guys. 6:09. We're at the shop. Gotta go get this SRT wet sand and buffed. We got a sick tire pressure light on. It's a little chilly this morning. No big deal. Let's get into it. She's lurking down there in the darkness. We're gonna try a little something different with this video, guys. We're gonna try and put this one out kind of raw. Minimal editing, because this thing is gonna soak up a lot of time today. Let's turn on the lights. Bam. Gotta run down this baby girl. Gonna wipe her down first, and then we're gonna get it all denibbed. Sand it with some 1500, and we'll do some 3000 wet, and then start compounding and polishing. So it's gonna be a long, long day. Gotta clean that bucket out before we get the professional bucket washers in the comments. We gotta talk about the analytics, boys. You know, looking at these videos over the last few weeks, we're not getting as much hate. What's going on with that? Hate was driving the last few. You know, we hit over 100,000 views on the first video. We're at like 50,000 on the second one. These last couple, they're dogging, and you guys are not hating as much as you should be. So we got to get these haters back in here to push this algorithm so we can start getting some views again. You know what they say? There's no such thing as bad publicity. Gotta take off my wedding ring so I don't scratch this bitch. Ladies, now's your chance. Just wipe this top layer of dust off this thing so we get a nice clean shot. Man, I'll tell you, a lot of you SRT guys will probably know exactly what I'm talking about, but this car has this smell, and they all smell the same. All these neons, they all smell the same. It brings me back to my childhood, well, kind of my teenage years, when I first got my first SRT, the yellow one, because they have this smell. I don't know, it smells like crayons or something, but the smell just brings back so many memories. Drop a comment. Let me know if you're an OG SRT guy and you've had these things since they were new and they still smell that way. Anytime you smell it, does it bring back those memories? I know it does for me. I had my yellow one in high school, and it was a bolt-on stock turbo car. Had an MPX exhaust, no cat, cold air intake, stage 1 computer, and I wasn't the best kid in school. I would literally go in late, show up with breakfast, go there, fuck around with my friends, and then I would ditch. I would leave school before the end of the day, and I would think that nobody'd know, but, the teachers hear you start up a car with a 3-inch turbo back on it in the parking lot, and they know what's up. When you got a car like this at such a young age, kind of makes it hard to want to stay in school when you could be going out, fucking around, enjoying your car. Stupid move, though. These cars got me in more trouble than anyone will ever understand. I started driving with just a learner's permit at 16 years old. And again, in my solar yellow, which inevitably was a straight up ticket to problems. Being in my small town, the police knew exactly who it was anytime they saw it. I had an entire wall of tickets and court summons in my bedroom. I pretty much wallpapered it because I thought it was funny at the time. Going back and forth to court and seeing, public defenders and all kinds of stuff. They actually suspended my privilege to get my driver's license because I kept driving without it. So the judge made the deal, said, as long as you get your driver's license from the day you get it, it's suspended for, I think it was 90 days, which now, obviously that doesn't sound like terrible terrible deal, but back then 90 days was forever. You know, all my friends had cars, everyone was going out. We had car meetups and race night. We'd go town to town meeting up, and everybody had the same car. So it's like I was out of the game for a little bit. And I went and got my driver's license, and then it was suspended. And then I finally did it the right way and was able to drive my car legally. But oh no, the drama and the fun didn't stop there. We're talking burnouts, reckless driving tickets, but never a speeding ticket. Never a speeding ticket. Always unsafe start from a stop because I just couldn't stop doing burnouts. I forgot. I popped the moldings back on because the car was outside for a couple days and it was starting to rain. This just reminded me of a story. So, being young and stupid, one of the funny memories that I have of those days, driving without a driver's license in my bright yellow SRT-4 Neon, was this trick me and my buddy Mike used to call the whole switcheroo. If we saw a cop that would pull out behind us or whatever, that my car at the time had a 3-inch turbo back, catless, 5% tint, you know, it was loud, obnoxious, bright yellow, couldn't miss it. My buddy, he'd be here with his license, and we would basically do this trick called the switcheroo that we were laughing about. And that would involve, you know, grabbing this handle, dropping this seat all the way back, and I would barrel roll out of the driver's seat into the back seat, and he would jump over into this seat, and then I would jump over into the passenger seat. So by the time the police made it to the window, he already had his legal driver's license and the registration ready to go, and I was scot-free, pretty much. I'm sure the police saw the car moving around, but at that point it wasn't like, oh, they're doing something crazy inside, you know, shoot these guys. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that. We would make the old switcheroo happen. It would get me out of another ticket driving without a driver's license. So I literally have crazy SRT-4 stories like that for days. Those are usually the stories that we'll have like a bonfire and drink beers and talk about because they were just so outlandish and unbelievable. Not many people would even believe it because we used to do some reckless shit. Time to start seeing it. You know, it's funny, I don't even think I mentioned this before, but I'm actually taking a vacation day to stay at work today to do this because I literally don't have any other time to do it. Yeah, dad life, family life, full-time job life, side hustle life. You already know how it goes. So, of course, we're taking a vacation day, staying at work to side hustle, if that makes sense. Anybody else out here take vacation days just to stay at work and work on their shit? Drop a comment, tell me. So she's all wet sanded, finished with 3,000. This is where I get my love for Latinas.
Now you can take the day off. Michael is good for mopping. Now Michael can walk the car now.
Well, that's gonna do it, boys. I am beyond shot. It is 3:30. Been here since 6 o'clock. We got the whole car sanded, then wet sanded. Oh, that fucking tire pressure light is still on. I forgot to put air in the tire on the Tahoe. But yeah, car's all sanded, wet sanded, buffed, and then we did a little swirl remover paint correction at the end, so everything is nice and glossy and swirl free. And then felt a little froggy towards the end there. We refinished the B pillars, trim black, nothing crazy, just they were a little bit faded and it looked, you know, kind of stupid because the rest of the car is nice and clean. So masked it off, taped it, shot it, whatever, real quick. It's all good. And then now the next move is going to be this weekend. We'll get it up on the lift on Saturday, get the bumpers back on it, mirrors, lights, everything back in it, and we'll jump right into reassembly. So let's go to Saturday. Good morning, boys. 6 a.m. All these cars got a little bit of frost on them, it looks like. Had to put a blanket on it. A little chilly night last night. We are back at the house. Brought the Neon back home last night so we can get some proper wrench time on this girl without having to go back and forth to the body shop. So we're gonna jump into it this morning, start getting the mirrors back on, the spoiler, any of the little odds and ends. I put some of the other little trim on already before I left. Just popped in the hood scoop. Taillights are in. I brought the bumper home. So let's jump into this thing. Unfortunately, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to film for. So I'm trying to get this thing done. And I'm racing against the clock right now. So my wife texts me and tells me that my toddler's awake. Because once he's up, nothing gets done. I'm trying to keep it coming to you guys. But it ain't easy. I guess if it was easy, everybody would do it, right? My bench is a goddamn disaster. But look what I found over here in my little stash. We got a brand new OEM SRT-4 emblem for the front bumper. How cool is that? I guess we're gonna put a nice new freshie on this one. Why not, right? We got it. And that, my friend, completes that job. Back again, guys. Sunday morning, just as expected. We didn't get the rest done yesterday, Saturday, due to my son not taking his nap. So we were out here again, 6 a.m. We're gonna get this bumper back on the car, get the belt moldings back on, and then get this baby off the lift, and we should be straight to go. Some of you SRT guys will get a kick out of this one, but check this out. I even put the OEM air dam back on, and the blade that usually gets ripped off pulling into parking lots, or most people just take them off and throw them away anyway, but she is fully complete. Another thing I want to share with you are these reproduction belt moldings. Look at these things. Beauties. Shout out to Realtune Performance, Aaron Fain at Realtune. These things came out mint. Aaron coming through, making sure we all still get what we need once the dealer discontinues these parts. And they have the original snaps on them, just like the OEM ones have. So I ordered some 3M 1/8 inch double-sided tape. Should lay right down this channel right here, so that once we snap them on to the doors, they're held in place, just like OE, we'll be good to go. We got some adhesion promoter from 3M as well. We're gonna wipe these down so they accept the tape nice and strong. And also, shout out to Aaron, dropping that little Realtune customer care package. We got the Realtune winter ice air fresheners. Ooh, what's this one? Perfect for fall. Green apple, baby. And we got some stickers and a nice keychain. So I love that they did their logo like this, half caliber, half SRT-4 neon. Sick. Can't forget the little guy that just dropped on the floor. That's it, boys. We're all taped up. Should keep them safe and secure. Let's get these things stuck on there. Pull our tape back now. Just like so. Oh yeah. That fits really, really, really nice. You definitely have to pop this cover up just a little bit, just so you can, just at least the bottom part, so you can slide these and line these two tabs up. And then before you snap it down, you just pull the tape out. That's it. Aaron has been kind enough to offer you guys a 5% discount using coupon code COMPULSION at checkout when you go to realtune.com to order your belt moldings. So I would get those babies on order if you need them. I know there's limited stock right now. I got them ordered as quickly as I could because I needed them as fast as possible. And the next ones we'll be getting are the windshield moldings. So if you guys are redoing your cars or you just need a fresh set, make sure you shoot on over to shoprealtune.com. Don't forget to use your 5% coupon code. That way you get a little something off there. Let's go. Well, well, well. Look at this baby girl. Put the SRT nostril emblem in there. I had an extra one at the shop, so I figured why not. And since we're putting the headlights and fog lights in, everything fresh, I put some nice 6K bright white LEDs, just for a little more modern feel driving this thing at nighttime rather than the old halogens. Another thing too, this car has 200,000 miles on it like we discussed in previous videos, but not only does this thing have a super solid transmission, there's no grinds or pop outs or anything, but can you believe that it still has a working multi-function switch that hasn't shorted out yet? Knock on wood. Well, I got the rear belt moldings installed. We got the front bumper back on, rear bumper back on, spoiler, lights, everything's in, all the LEDs, good to go. That's just gonna about ring the buzzer for me today. My son's just waking up now, so I gotta jump back to family life and business on Sunday, get all that stuff ready for the week. She's getting there, guys. She's getting there. I still have my little bag of Realtune remanufactured trunk emblems. We're gonna get sorted out, get those on there. Gotta finish up those front door belt moldings. But we got our fresh emblem on the front. She is looking good. Series of steps, long steps at that, because my time is always cut short these days, it feels, but I'm doing my best. I'm trying to put it on video so you guys can see it too. So without making this thing any longer than it has to be, especially where it's at now, we're gonna wrap this one up here. Appreciate you guys watching as always. Also, again, big shout out to Aaron, getting me these parts super fast, giving you guys a coupon code for a discount, and also the awesome quality that he has always provided in the years that I've known him. Let's keep this SRT stuff rolling, baby. We gotta keep these cars on the road. The next time you see this car, it's gonna be fully wrapped up, and Bruce and I are gonna be taking it out for some white monsters. Hope everybody has a nice rest of your weekend, and we'll be jumping back on this thing soon. So I'll see you guys in about a week for another video. So thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys soon. Have a good one.